Don't do anything rash, Emma!
What are you doing here?
This won't solve anything, I promise you.
Why did you follow me?
As I said, I was told to bring you back home. Adele was worried. You seemed so lost when I saw you in the park. I simply couldn't leave you like that.
I'm sorry.
But I didn't think you'd drown yourself.
What? No, I'd never.
Oh. I see. I suppose I jumped to conclusions. That's a relief.
Though perhaps somewhere, deep in my heart, that could have been what I wanted.
Your shoes.
Huh?
Better dry them off before you freeze. Why did you come here?
This is the village where I was born.
Huh?
Children shouldn't talk back to their elders. Can't even muster a yes, ma'am. Ridiculous.
I didn't want this, but there's nowhere else I have to go.
When we spoke in the park, I told you that my father used to be a traveling clocksmith. Were you listening? Well, not that I'd blame you if you'd ignored me. The point is, when my father was repairing clocks, then life was perfect. Sadly, father had a tendency to run afoul of the local workshops, and in turn they made an effort to show their discontent. As a result, many times he couldn't find work. We stayed in pubs and doss houses wherever we could. And then, my father started associating with beggars who were once craftsmen like him. Before we knew it, we were out on the streets too. I began to resent the way we lived, so I swore I'd find a job where I wouldn't have to worry about my next meal or a place to sleep. It was only a guess, but when we met I felt like you might have had a similar experience growing up. You're patient and have a certain sincerity about you. Your determination is different from the other maids, that much at least is clear.
My determination?
I see a sort of inner strength in you, but it's more than that. That's why I say determination. I'm not adept with words. What do you plan to do now?
I'm not quite sure.
So just to be certain, you are the maid from those rumors, aren't you? Sorry. I don't mean to be so blunt, but I couldn't think of any other way to ask you.
I am. When I think back to my miserable life as a child, meeting him felt like a miracle, like something out of a dream. That's why I had to leave the city, because I didn't belong in his world.
If that's so, Then why did you agree to come to London with the rest of us? You could have refused, I'm sure. Also, it likely doesn't matter where you are. As long as your feelings still waver, it'll be the same whether you are in London or not. It's all up to you in the end, don't you think?
It's been some time, sir. Were you visiting India?
Yes, to make some purchases.
I must say I'm quite envious. I can't speak for their cuisine, but Indian women are rather fetching.
I was supposed to have a meeting today, but it seems I'm early.
So you'd think. But it turns out your friend came early as well.
Mr. William Jones?
Huh?
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Mr. Jedburgh, I'm so glad you came. This is an honor. Waiter, take this away.
No, that's all right.
Forgive me. I didn't have a chance to eat breakfast this morning.
Working so hard that sometimes you forget to eat and sleep. Is that it? I used to do the same thing when I was young.
I've been told that you're interested in some of our company's investment projects. We'd be pleased to work with you. Here's our proposal. You can tell me what you think.
Now, we've just met. There's no need to rush things. Waiter, scotch, please.
Certainly, sir.
Would you care to join me, Mr. Jones, to lighten the mood a bit?
No, I think I'll be fine with tea.
As you like, but it is your loss.
Welcome back, Mr. William. How were the negotiations?
They did not go very well, I'm afraid. Would have been a large investment, too.
You've been working yourself to the bone lately. Perhaps a bit of rest might do you some good.
If I stopped working, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. For now, landing a big contract is my goal.
I don't mean to overstep my boundaries, but there's no need to push yourself so hard. The business will survive.
That's true enough. Stevens?
Sir?
That was very kind.
Thank you.
Allow me to excuse myself.
Come now, my dear. You've barely touched your food.
I'm not hungry.
Surely you can manage a little bit more.
I would rather not.
I've told you before, you can't act this way.
If she wants to starve herself, that's her business.
Don't say that.
You are a disgrace. Our entire family is a laughingstock because of you.
Stop it, Father.
Monica?
How dare you pin the blame for this on Eleanor when she's done no wrong whatsoever?
What are you doing here?
I see you haven't changed one bit. You're only concerned about your fragile pride getting hurt. Isn't that right, Father?
All right, Monica, that's enough.
It's obvious you couldn't care less about your daughter's feelings. Can't you see she's suffering?
What are those strange clothes?
They're comfortable and fashionable. That's all that matters.
If you're here to make a scene, I suggest you go home.
I can't stand another second in this dreary place anyway. Eleanor, come along. Monica?
What are you doing?
Where on earth are we going? It's rather obvious, I would think. I'll never forgive that villain, William Jones, for humiliating you. My dear sweet sister, my darling treasure, Eleanor. And now he's simply left you here to wither away. Prince Hakim?
A pleasure to see you. Would you care for a lift?
Oh, look who's back.
After all that, are you certain you don't want your sister to come along with you?
Please, let me speak to him alone. What? William said that he wants to call off the engagement, but there must be more to it. You're not giving up? If I can speak with him, I can understand his feelings. Then perhaps we can work through this. Let me try, alone. I'm more surprised that you were willing to let my sister meet with William. You're a mystery, Prince Hakim.
Human emotion is a force that cannot be stopped. Why ever would I try? For example, I wouldn't dream of stopping you from seeing William right now, so I might as well help.
And yet, I needed you here. Emotion alone can only take someone so far. You're the only one who put that force into motion.
Then call it an act of fate, if you like.
Who's there?
It is I, sir.
Ah, perfect timing. Could you bring me the materials on the South American Railway Company that came in the other day?
Perhaps it could wait.
Did something happen? Hakim! Welcome back! Huh? Eleanor. I'm truly sorry.
The weather is lovely today, isn't it? Years from now, when you're old and grey, and I'm old and grey as well, what if we took a garden stroll together, just like we're doing right now? Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Eleanor.
When we met, perhaps I was merely taken with the notion of falling in love with you. I want to change. Now I want to become stronger for your sake as well as my own. Can you tell me where we went wrong? If it's something about me, then I can change. You can tell me anything.
I regret all that I've done. I've been callous and foolish. It started that day at the theatre, when I said you were dear to me. It wasn't a lie. However, I only thought of myself. I never considered once how you might feel. I knew I would never be able to forget her. So I used you, selfishly, to this bitter end.
I was so certain. You cared for me. But you never did at all.
I'm so sorry.
I wonder where Miss Emma ran off to.
No, I thought she was a bit better than that. Very irresponsible.
Stop that. Enough. You've been sighing all day.
I'm afraid Miss Emma won't come back. I can't help but sigh.
She has Hans with her. There's nothing to worry about.
Oh? Because I'd say running off together is worse than running off alone. What if something saucy happens between her and Hans?
Enough chit-chat.
Oh.
We are already short-handed. We'll never finish if we don't hurry.
Very true. Emma was a meticulous worker, but she was an expedient one as well. It will be tough without her.
Stop it! You're already talking like she's never coming back.
It's Hans.
Come on.
Miss Emma! Oh, thank goodness. I was scared.
Thank you, Tasha.
Where were you?
I can't say.
Both of you, come along with me to the madam's room. We listen to your stories there.
What's going to happen now? You don't think they'll fire her?
Not likely. The madam loves her.
I wonder. Madam may be unpredictable sometimes, but she always sticks to her principles.
Well, let's hear your explanations then.
Hans is blameless in all of this. He was only trying to bring me back.
I was informed of that. What I want to know is why you ran off without permission or even a word to anyone here.
I'm very sorry.
Everyone has one or two things they would rather keep to themselves. But consider this. You're not the only servant in this house. I have to consider the others as well. You ran off and refused to explain why. How can I allow that?
Well,
And what is your opinion?
Emma is a reliable worker, but we mustn't make exceptions just for her. It wouldn't be fair for the other servants here. I fear they may take offense.
No, you're the only one who's offended.
It's all right, Hans.
Emma insisted that she shouldn't come back, so she does understand the severity of this. I was the one who had to drag her here. Well, I didn't literally drag her here, of course. But if she's willing to return, that means she's also willing to accept the consequences. It may be arrogant to ask this, but just as a favor to me, could you please forgive her?
You don't have to.
Emma, anything to add to that?
If you could forgive me for this, I would be deeply grateful to work for you. I swear I'll do my best.
I was worried for a moment.
Welcome back, Emma.
My word, Hans has a soul after all.
Ignore her, Hans. You were magnificent.
All right, let's get back to work now, shall we?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, Adele, you were as worried as the rest of us.
Of course I was. Emma does 3 times your workload.
A cruel exaggeration. She does twice, maybe.
You said you had no place to go when I found you. I hope, after what you have seen here, you realize that isn't true. You have us.
Yes, I should have realized this is where I belong. I have a home. What more could I ask for?